Over the last 30 years, very little progress has been made in increasing survival rates for ovarian cancer, and the chance of a woman surviving in the UK is significantly less than in countries like Austria, Germany or France. It has been proposed that a national screening programme for ovarian cancer might improve survival rates. Therefore, a large-scale clinical trial was set up in the UK to answer the question, would screening save lives? Since 2001, the UK Collaborative Trial of Ovarian Cancer Screening UKC TOCS has performed 336,000 ultrasound examinations on more than 50,000 women. The results of these examinations have been stored to create a unique archive of more than 1 million images. Researchers at UCL are hoping to gain a better insight into the management of ovarian cancer by using advanced software tools to analyse this archive. Image Experimenter is one such tool. It allows clinical researchers to analyse large image datasets without having to master computer programming. Here is a simple demonstration to show how it works. Image Experimenter allows you to structure your work into projects. Here you can see 3 projects. Let's open one to demonstrate how it is used. Each project has a collection of image datasets. Let's look at one that has been created for this project. You can create datasets with thousands of images. However, when you're starting out, you'll probably find it easier to work with a dataset containing a dozen or so sample images. All the images from a particular TVS exam are grouped together. Here you can see an exam with images for left and right ovary, as well as the endometrium. You can also see here the caliper marks the sonographer used to measure the dimensions of the ovary in its transverse and longitudinal section. Most exams have transverse and longitudinal ovary sections in the same image, like this one. However, other exams record each section in a separate file. In order to analyse the images in the dataset, you need to create a process defining the functions you want to use and their parameters. Let's do that now. We're just going to create a very simple process to demonstrate how you can analyse images without writing any code. You define your image processing steps by dragging and dropping functions from a toolbox onto a drawing. You can easily extend Image Experimenter by adding image processing functions implemented by plugin libraries. Here we're using functions from a plugin we developed for the popular OpenCV library. Let's add a function to brighten the image. Now let's add a function to increase the contrast. And finally, we will do some smoothing to prepare the image for further processing. We now need to set the function parameters. Here we are setting the beta value for the brightness function. Once done, we must create an experiment so we can see the results of the processing on our dataset. We give the experiment a name and description and then select the dataset we want to use. We then select the process to apply this dataset. Clicking Finish will run the experiment. We need to wait for each image in the dataset to be processed. When done, we close the dialog box to display the results. Here we have the original image. This is the results after the first step, brightening. This is the result after the second step, contrast. And finally, this is what the image looks like after all 3 steps. Image Experiment doesn't just have functions to prepare images. Its real power lies in functions that analyse the images to generate data. Let's take a quick peek at the experiments we've run at UCL. In this experiment, we used a snake algorithm to find the boundary of the ovary. The thin, wiggly line marks the boundary identified by the software. The 2 boxes show the difference between the ovary extents marked by the sonographer against that found by the software. In another experiment, we identified the exact image used by the sonographer to measure the ovary from all the other images in the exam. This formed the basis of our work to automate the gathering of QC metrics from static images created during a TVS scan. We couldn't find the exact image the sonographer used to measure the ovary for all exams because not every exam has its images stored, and other exams have more than one image with the same caliper marks. However, in a random sample of 1,000 normal exams, we were able to identify the exact image in 55.1% of them. Knowing the exact image used to measure the ovary allows an expert to confirm whether or not the sonographer successfully visualized the ovary. It also allows the software to obtain quality control metrics for the image. Interestingly, there seems to be a correlation between these software-obtained metrics and the visualization confirmed by the expert. This paves the way for routinely gathering quality control metrics for TVS exams, something that currently cannot be done due to the time an expert needs to review the images. You can see in this scatter plot there is a good agreement between the ovary volumes calculated from dimensions obtained by the software and the ovary volumes calculated from dimensions recorded by the sonographer. Together with other data, this suggests that the tool is a highly capable measurement system. This means the software has potential for use in automating the gathering of quality control metrics for clinical TVS exams. How do you think your research will contribute to improving ovarian cancer survival?
The real value of our work lies in its translational potential. But what we seem to have developed here is the means to automate the gathering of quality control metrics for TVS scans. We've done this by using software to analyse the actual static images gathered during an exam in order to measure the ovary. Such metrics, used in conjunction with a process excellence program, could yield significant quality improvements in clinical TVS scanning. This would save money by reducing the number of repeat scans. It would also improve patient care by ensuring that more women have both ovaries visualised during their scan, so any abnormalities could be found.
We have only just started analysing the huge archive of images collected by the trial. However, by using tools like Image Experimenter, we're confident that we can extract information from this unique resource that will lead to a better understanding of ovarian cancer.